What's up, Raptors fans? Welcome to the Watch Report. I have some breaking news to talk about right now. The Raptors have signed the biggest free agent out there. So yes, Masai Ujiri has agreed to return to the Raptors as vice chairman, president. This is big news because we know the Raptors have already lost one legend this offseason. It would have been really tough to see Masai Ujiri leave as well. So for today's video, I'm going to break down why the Raptors absolutely needed to bring back Masai Ujiri, what this means moving forward, and also touch on a little bit on his accomplishments with the Raptors as well. But before we get into the details of the video, guys, you know the drill. Give this video a thumbs up. It helps me reach our basketball fans like yourself. And if you want to hit the subscribe button as well, it greatly helps support this channel. I'd very much appreciate that. With that being said, let's get into today's video. So if there's one man out there that has embodied the city of Toronto and the organization of the Toronto Raptors, that is Masai Ujiri. He has talked on several occasions about stopping this. Players don't want to come to Toronto. It's a world-class organization, and he's talked so highly of not only the city but the organization as well. And if there's one person out there that has really changed the Raptors culture, it is Masai Ujiri. So it would have been a really strange look for someone who has preached about Toronto and the Raptors so highly of to leave the Raptors. Now obviously he is a man who can make his own decisions, but that would have been a strange look for the Raptors, because had we lost Masai Ujiri, what kind of message would that send to players? That, you know, you're someone who's talked so highly of the Raptors doesn't even want to come back to the Raptors. So this is definitely a good look for the Raptors. And also because heading forward, let's talk about what this means for the future of the Raptors. You know you're going to be in good hands in Masai Ujiri. And that is not to hate on Bobby Webster or anyone else in the organization. But Masai Ujiri is a very respected man around the league. Now, I know we've struck out in free agency, not only this year or previous years, but for quite a while. Let's be honest, we have never really signed a free agent. But now that we have Masai Ujiri locked in, you don't think players are going to look at this and think, you know what, this man is here for some time. This hand is in great organization. They've got great management. Why would I not want to go to the Raptors? You know, maybe he changes that narrative. He's trying so hard to change that narrative. And yes, we've struggled, you know, we've struggled. Let's be honest. We've struggled in signing key free agents, big names, but maybe all it takes is one big free agent to sign here, right? So hopefully moving forward, this just means the Raptors can attract more big names. We know Masai Ujiri is great at developing players. He's great at making those trades, and he's a respected man around the league. So players will definitely take a look at that and definitely will consider the Raptors moving forward. Now let's talk a little bit about Masai Ujiri and what he's accomplished with the Raptors. We know when he took over for Brian Colangelo, the Raptors were a little bit of a laughingstock, you know, in the NBA. Yes, they had made a few playoff, you know, appearances under Brian Colangelo, but they were in the 10 to 11 range, 9, 10, 11 range, where they weren't bad enough to win high lottery picks, but also not great enough to make the playoffs. So when Masai Ujiri came to the Raptors, he had actually decided he wants to blow up the team and decided he wants to tank. That was the year that he tried to trade Kyle Lowry. That didn't work out, which was a blessing in disguise, because we know the rest is history. The Raptors have made the playoffs ever since, except for, of course, last season. But he has completely turned around the Raptors. This guy is magic. Even when Masai Ujiri tries to do something, whether that's trying to tank or trying to trade certain players, it just works out for the best. He has completely turned around this team. He has obviously made some controversial calls in terms of firing the head coach who had just won the coach of the year, the man who had led the Raptors to a huge, I believe it was 60 wins that season. He had fired that coach, the same coach in Dwayne Casey, that there's so much controversy surrounding that. And a lot of people were questioning why we would fire Dwayne Casey only to hire assistant and Nick Nurse. So he's made some really bold decisions, you know, Masai has. And it has played off, even trading our franchise player a few days later, or a few weeks later, excuse me, for Kawhi Leonard. And we saw that. Everyone was questioning Masai Ujiri. Why would you trade your franchise player who wants to be here for someone who's got injuries, who may not want to be here? And yeah, he didn't want to be here, but we got a championship. So Masai Ujiri has done so much to turn this organization around. He has worked his butt off, you know, to really convince players that, you know what, they need to come to the city, the organization. There's nothing wrong with it. And he has worked so tirelessly to turn this Raptors organization around. And even when there was question marks about him potentially leaving this season, you saw the work he was putting in this offseason, whether it was with drafts. He was involved right there. He was involved in every transaction with the Raptors, which is great to see, because that is someone you want in your organization, in your management. And this is why the Raptors absolutely needed to re-sign Masai Ujiri. So I want to hear your thoughts. What do you guys think? What do you think of the signing? How excited were you? I know there's been a few people questioning what Masai Ujiri has been doing this offseason in terms of signing free agents. I want to hear your thoughts. Let me know in the comment section below. And if you guys are still watching this video, Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.